Corporate espionage, also known as industrial espionage, is the act of obtaining confidential or proprietary information from a business or organization without the knowledge or consent of the owner. This can be done through various methods, such as hacking, insider trading, and even physical theft. While it may seem like a practice only seen in movies or television shows, corporate espionage is a very real and often devastating occurrence in the business world. Today on Big Money, we'll discuss corporate espionage, some real-life examples, and its impacts, so stay tuned till the end. One example of corporate espionage is the case of Huawei, a Chinese multinational technology company. In 2018, the United States accused Huawei of stealing trade secrets from T-Mobile, a telecommunications company based in the United States. T-Mobile claimed that Huawei employees had taken photos of a robot used to test smartphones and copied the robot's technical specifications. This information was then allegedly used to develop Huawei's robot, which was a direct competitor to T-Mobile's. This case not only resulted in legal action, but also had significant consequences for Huawei's reputation and business relationships. The United States government banned Huawei from doing business with federal agencies and added the company to a list of organizations deemed a national security threat. This has greatly impacted Huawei's ability to do business in the United States and has caused other countries to scrutinize their relationships with the company as well. Another example of corporate espionage is the case of Yahoo. In 2014, Yahoo's cybersecurity team discovered that a Russian hacker had gained access to Yahoo's user database, stealing the personal information of over 500 million users. This information was then sold on the dark web, causing serious harm to Yahoo's reputation and resulting in legal action. The impacts of corporate espionage can be significant and far-reaching, with consequences for the affected company and society as a whole. One major impact is the financial loss that can result from the theft of intellectual property or trade secrets. This can result in lost profits and market share for the affected company, as well as a decrease in shareholder value. In extreme cases, corporate espionage can even lead to bankruptcy. Another impact of corporate espionage is the damage it can cause to a company's reputation. Consumers may lose trust in a company's ability to protect their personal information, or may question the company's business practices. This can lead to a decrease in customer loyalty and a decline in overall business. In addition, corporate espionage can damage a company's relationships with clients, partners, and suppliers, which can further impact its financial stability and success. And, as in the case of Huawei, corporate espionage can also have national security implications, particularly if sensitive information related to government contracts or national defense is stolen. This could compromise a country's security and put its citizens at risk. In addition, corporate espionage can be used as a tool for economic and political gain, leading to tensions between countries and potentially damaging international relations. Corporate espionage is not limited to technology companies. For example, in 2018, the US Department of Justice indicted a former employee of Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, a global agricultural processing company, for stealing trade secrets. The employee, who had worked at ADM for over 20 years, had been recruited by a Chinese company to provide confidential information on ADM's processes and techniques for producing high fructose corn syrup. This case demonstrates that any company, regardless of industry, can be a target for corporate espionage. In addition to these examples, there have been numerous instances of corporate espionage throughout history. One notable example is the case of E.H. Harriman, a 19th century railroad tycoon who hired private detectives to gather information on his competitors. In the early 20th century, the United States government accused the German company Siemens of corporate espionage during World War I. And, in the 1980s, the Japanese company NEC was accused of stealing trade secrets from the American company RCA. Another example is the case of KBR, an engineering and construction company based in the United States. In 2015, KBR accused a former employee of stealing confidential information related to the company's contracts with the US government. The employee had been recruited by a competitor, Cadell Construction, and was accused of using the stolen information to win contracts with the government. This case highlights the potential damage that can be caused by corporate espionage, as it can not only result in financial losses for the affected company, but also damage its reputation and relationships with important clients. In addition to the consequences for the affected companies, corporate espionage can also have national security implications. For example, The US government has accused the Chinese government of engaging in corporate espionage in order to gain access to sensitive technology and intellectual property. This has led to increased tensions between the two countries and has raised concerns about the potential for espionage to be used for economic and political gain. One way companies can protect themselves from corporate espionage is through the implementation of strong security measures. This can include using secure servers and networks, regular training for employees on identifying and preventing cyber attacks, and establishing clear policies on handling confidential information. Another method is through the use of corporate espionage insurance. This type of insurance covers a company's losses due to the theft of trade secrets or intellectual property. While it may not prevent corporate espionage from occurring, it can provide financial protection for companies that are victims of these actions. Corporate espionage is a complex and often insidious issue that can have serious consequences for businesses and individuals. Therefore, companies must take proactive measures to protect themselves and be aware of the potential risks. This can include implementing strong security measures, investing in corporate espionage insurance, and educating employees on identifying and preventing these types of crimes. It is also important for governments and regulatory agencies to address corporate espionage and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. By taking a proactive approach, businesses and governments can work to prevent corporate espionage and protect against the damaging effects it can have on the economy and society. Should corporate espionage be regulated more heavily by the government? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can be the first one to gain access to inside information most people may never know about. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.